Hey everyone, happy Friday, and actually today is what they call Black Friday, and usually I don't go out on Black Fridays because I try to avoid all the hustle and bustle and the crowd and the people and everything, because I'm really not a big people person, and I don't like to be around a lot of people, and it just doesn't float very well for me. But nevertheless, I had a friend of mine. She sent me an email saying that they're going to have this signed copy of the Elf Stone of Shannara, which you see on the left side right here, and they're limited to 5,000 copies, only at your brick and mortar Barnes and Noble bookstores. And they would not. And once they're sold out, they're sold out, and they're not actually going to be selling these online or anything. So they're very limited edition signed copy books. And basically, it is, like I said, a reprint of the original Elf Stones of Shannara. However, just a little bit bigger, of course. And as you see, the cover is just a little bit different. Now, what you see on the right side right here, by no means is a first print of the Elf Stone of Shannara. Now, I bought this book many decades ago, when I had no knowledge whatsoever when it came to first prints of buying books. So I belong to a online bookstore. I think it's called Science Fiction Book Club, where I order a lot of my books at, and it's just mainly to buy the books so I can read them. And like I said, I was very ignorant to understanding what it meant to have a first edition or second edition print, and so on. Unlike now, I understand that. So I actually got this from the Science Fiction Fantasy Book Club, and it is actually printed by a company called Del Rey, by Ballantine Books. Now, I did another video a while back showing how you can tell the difference if it is a first print or not. Now, this one I also have signed by Terry Brooks. I was very fortunate to meet the fine gentleman back in 2008, 2010, when I was stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington. And so he actually came on post to the PX, and he was doing a signing. And he was also promoting one of his books that he had out at the time. And he was just signing autographs for there was a huge line of people wanting to get his autographs. I remember one lady brought her entire collection of the Shannara series, and he was really nice enough to sign all of those for her. However, he just asked, "Hey, listen, I'll sign the first 3 books for you, but if you want all the other books signed, I want to be able to give everybody opportunity to come through the line. So if you don't mind waiting until everybody's gone through, then I will sign all your books." And she actually did wait. But he was really nice enough to do that. Just a really wonderful gentleman overall. And I'll be honest, I was very emotional when I met the guy, because reading his books, I was growing up, and you know how you're a teenager, you remember things that just don't, aren't very wonderful times in your life. However, you find a way to have an outlet, and these books at the time were outlets for me, so I read a lot of them. And never in my life have I ever thought I would ever meet the gentleman Terry Brooks. And when I finally did, I was up there, and I told him it was such an honor and a pleasure to meet him. And there's no words that can describe how it made me feel to finally meet the man who was able to write these books and write these novels that took my mind to another place through some hard times. So it's very, very important to me that I was actually able to meet him. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all my books signed by him. This one I did get signed, but like I said, it is not a first print. I was also able to get my Sword of Shannara book, and this is by no means a first print. If you're going to find first prints are going for about $1,000, sometimes even more for a first print. And there are ways to tell if you have a first print or if you don't have a first print. And I have that review in one of my latter videos if you want to check that out. So these two books, the first and second of the series, are not first prints. However, the rest of my collection, and there's over like 20 plus books that he's written, are all first prints, and I was lucky enough to get a few of those signed. Now this one right here, the Wish Song of Shannara, is a first print. I actually had this one signed by him, and just kind of a quick overview to show you what a first print looks like when it comes to these books is when you open up the page, it could be in the third or fourth page, you'll see right here where it says first edition, and it has the date on it, and it goes from it numbers from 1 through 10, and if you have that 1 right there, then that is a first print. But if you only see 2 all the way through 10, then you'll have the second print of the book, and the same goes for the rest of the numerals. Okay, so that's usually how you can tell if you have a first print of that book or not. So, but this one, the Wish Song of Shannara, is a first print that I have. This one right here, like I said, was only limited to about 5,000 books signed by him, and unfortunately they put the sticker on that, but not a big deal. And that's, I guess, part of the publishing right there. And once again, you'll see on the side you have the Del Rey Publishing Company on there, and it is actually a really nice cover, to be honest with you. They did a really great job on that. So the dust cover on this is really nice. I don't have any foldings or anything within that nature, so I'm very happy with the quality of it. And of course the front cover, just an overall beautiful book. Beautiful dust cover on it. Now when you open this up, you'll see he actually signed it on the second page right there. So it's really nice, really well minted right there. So I would say this is probably a very fine to near mint book. Yep. Okay. And so that I was able to get that today on Black Friday, and that was the only reason why. Sorry about that. That was my doorbell that rang, and then that was my mailman. I'm really good. He's a really good guy. My mailman's always coming to my door, delivering my packages for me if they're too big for the box, or if I just have a lot of mail, he'll come to my door if he sees my car there. He's a really good guy. So that was him ringing my doorbell, letting me know that I have a few packages. So, and it was nice enough to give it to me. Anyways, like I was saying, the Elf Stone of Shannara, and if you guys don't know, there's actually going to be the first season, of the show, the Shannara series show, coming up in, I believe, in January or February. And and a lot of the reviews I read on it, it's supposed to be really good. However, they don't really start with the Sword of Shannara as being of how they start the series, the season. It actually is supposed to start as a combination of the Elf Stone of Shannara and the Wish Song of Shannara. So they're going to have a few of those characters in there. So I'm very curious to see how that transpires when they actually lead up and start introducing the characters. Now, nevertheless, I think it's wonderful they actually are going to be able to finally show. For a long time, I was hoping they would do a movie on these books. But even better, I think it's that they're actually going to do a TV show, because a movie only lasts about, hour and a half, if that. But when you're actually doing a TV series, the story just continues on, and sometimes for 6 to 10 seasons if it's that good. And so to be able to have a TV series based off of these continuing books, you're able to be introduced to the newer other characters, or even newer characters if they don't necessarily follow canon. Just kind of just like how the Game of Thrones is doing, or even The Walking Dead. But nevertheless, I'm very thrilled to be able to have this signed copy of the Elf Stone of Shannara. And I usually do a lot of comic book type of videos and statue videos, but this is something that I absolutely love as well, and that I actually have a passion for, is to be able to read these books and utilize my imagination to take me to a place or a realm, in my own head, and just be able to get lost in that for a while. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope there are some book readers out there, especially when it comes to the Shannara or the Dragonlance, or anybody that likes to read books by Terry Goodkin or R.A. Salvatore, or Wise or Hickman, if you're very familiar with those author names. But nevertheless, I do, and I'll continue to read them as long as they continue making them. All right, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Please take care of each other out there, and please be safe out there. And I will talk at you later.